Good morning, good morning, good morning. Praise Jesus. He is number one in my life. We love him. Ah, what a good day. It's already good. I mean, it's like you almost gotta pinch yourself to make sure it's still real, you know? And I'm just so grateful, and like I'm hoping that like this is our last summer here, you know, and that this is like everything winding down. Now, like in my prayers, it seems like there there might be some big stuff maybe in the future, but um, you know, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get here. Hey, Alex, how you doing, buddy? And so, like, you know, it's hard, right? Because if you have a fellowship group, and you know, because I'm not a teacher, right? I don't have any kind of like special knowledge or information that nobody has or promises or anything like that. You know what I mean? And like this is a you know, like a place where we can come and talk about God, right? Now the problem is that, and it's not a problem for me. I'm just saying that when you have some people that are like super high speed about stuff, some people are in the middle, and some people are coming in brand new, or even you know, affected by other things, right? And so there's of course different variables for everybody, right? And you know, I pray about everything, and there's a certain amount of patience I gotta have with some people. Some people I don't, right? I get a feeling, you know, that you know, it's up to me what I want to do. But you know, as far as getting rid of a troll or something like that, but sometimes the troll is the person we're trying to help, you know. And you know, I remember one day being a troll, you know, or being that guy that, you know, maybe wasn't the most liked in the group, right? Um, and so I always have kind of a heart for that. And then when people fight, of course, you know, my heart always goes with whoever left, right? Or both of them, or whatever. But you know, it's never one over the other. It's just it just is what it is. Everyone can stay. Most people could come back, you know. Most people can come back without an email, but some people need to send an email. But it's just, you know, a formality, right? And so, hey, Deaf Bread, how you doing? Let me see that. Romans chapter 5, verse 8, but God commendeth his love towards us in that while we were sinners, Christ died for us. Absolutely. I really needed I really needed you to start off like that. That's really good, man. I really needed you to start off like that. I got a ton of scriptures now because what I did was I was able to do like a hotspot from my phone to my other phone and see if that works out. If it does, and you know, I'll be able to look things up too. It's hard to look at the chat, listen to a guest, you know, then look at scripture. You know, sometimes I miss things, so I really count on you guys with wrenches there. Like if you know, I'd rather you not time somebody. I mean, you know, time them out. I'd rather you just ban them if somebody acts crazy, and then we'll unban them later. You know, like you know, but like I don't want to be playing a game where you got to keep tapping somebody or whatever. It's better just to get rid of the distraction for the time being. But I mean, that's who we're trying to help. You know, that's who we're trying to help. That's the whole thing, right? This is the end days, right? These are the last sheep, right? I mean, God is trusting us with a pretty big thing, you know. I think, you know, especially you guys. And so, you know, that's It's exciting to me. I don't know. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 3, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. It all starts with Jesus, right? It all starts and ends with him. I mean, it's everything. Everything. Luke says, I'm horrible at reading and talking, especially typing and talking. I almost have to wait till I'm alone to type a long text. Otherwise, I'm ignoring the person next to me. Right. Well, not only that, but like sometimes when you have a channel, right, people like they hold you accountable for like what everybody in the chat believes and what the person next to you believes. Like I'm only in charge of my own beliefs, right? If somebody says something that's off, that's way off, right, that they can't learn and get right, then I'll say something to them, you know. But you know, we're all trying to help each other. Like that's the key. If we have people that are good at pointing that out, whatever the thing is, well then help them. Tell them what's up. You know, that's showing love. To be honest, you know, is the truth is life saving. The truth will set you free. You know, Jesus is the. I mean, that's the ultimate. You know, point of any truth. You know, road you go down. If it ends with Jesus, then that's the right road. You know, and you can't profit anything going any other way. You know, and so yeah, I'm glad that you guys are here this morning. I'm glad that it's the guys, you know, because and I trust me, the women are great. I mean that's where the maturity is the women are great for that, and but it's also nice to have the guys together too, you know. And I see that more like when it's you guys, it's more like you know, you guys pack together and you know a couple of different spots, you know, and then I don't know, the rest of it is what it is. Because it's like you go to these debate channels, right? And I'm like, I worry about people over there, man. I mean, they're just back and forth about who, you know, who knows this, who knows that, getting this thing right, getting that thing right. But like, if you don't apply it, right? If you don't cut all that stuff out of your heart, that argumentative stuff, the stuff that makes you, you know, all that, right? Then, you know, it doesn't matter, right? And so, you know, I'm very passionate about this topic. I mean, talking about God is like, you know, it could get me pretty keyed up, you know, and you know, anyway. So, so what I'm saying is like, for like 2 months, right? I tried to, you know, define my just a bunch of dudes, yeah. But you know, I want to save everybody. You know, it's like Jesus can save everybody, right? We just got to get them to him, you know, and everything is good, you know. And I just have a heart for everybody, right? And so I try to define this salvation, right? For like 2-3 months, right? We were struggling, right? Like it was like one word this way would piss people off, right? One word that way would make people upset. Pardon my language. One, you know, one tweak, put this over here instead of over here. And so like I think, right, since you know we all work out our own salvation, right? They say fear and trembling, but I was super happy that day. But you know, it's like it's better to point people to to books, right? This is a relationship we're starting with God, right? Like, yeah, it's not like just some ticket, right? And it's God's, it's all the work of God, right? And so I will read that, Deaf Bread. Thank you. Thanks for posting these. And so I'm just gonna recommend, hey, read Romans 8 through 11 or 12, or really the whole book, the book of Galatians, Ephesians chapter 2 at least. I can hunt and peck through one of the Gospels, but you're better off just reading like John, like the whole thing. And then Corinthians, like, at least halfway, right? And then that should be enough. I believe that. That's what I believe is, God's understanding of that. And so, I'm like, I always want to go to God with the idea that somehow, like, there's flaws in me, right? And so I want his understanding of it, right? I want to be right. Not an excuse to be lazy and say, oh, I'm leaning on you, God. I mean, in that book all the time, but still leaning on what he thinks, And I, to me, I'm starting to like think about that, because all it does, you tell somebody something one word off or one word backwards, man, and it's like you miss the whole point of like having this beautiful moment with God. And it's just you and God working it out, and seeking him, right? Like, just really, like, I don't know, like, I love God so much that I don't know how to explain it. All right, is that Jasher? Ah, man. Okay, is that what that is? Is that Jasher? Just making sure. Jasher chapter 2 verse 13, he shall have judgment without mercy, that hath showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. And we got Galatians chapter 3 verse 28, there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Christ Jesus. Oh man, so beautiful. Well, I wish you would post that, Ray. That would be cool. I guess I could look it up over on my thing over here. Hey, what's going on, Shepherd's Voice? Oh, everything is cool, man. Everybody's here. I'm glad that you're here, Shepherd's Voice. Makes me feel safer somehow with you there. I don't know why. I just do. Let me open up Bible Gateway. It's going to be a lot slower if I have to do it, but it is what it is, right? Maybe I can just open up. Yeah, it's hard for me when you don't post the verse, because then I gotta look it up. Okay, let me see this. Hold on a second. Is it this one? Maybe it's this one. The old phone has very small apps on it. Oh, they want me to install something. Hold on. Okay, what are we looking at here? Hold on. Chapter 4, what verse? Oh, yeah, for salvation, you mean? Yeah, absolutely. I can't open it up. That's crazy. I just had it open, like Bible verses. Maybe I need to take it to Google search. It's I'll learn how to do it. It's just I just got to learn how to like keep up with everything, and I'll be fine. I'm starting to like like get to where like I almost got to just be up here by myself, man. If it's like, oh man, it's just crazy, man. All right. So you're saying it's not really about being right. If someone's battling spiritually, I want to help them, not prove them wrong. Right. And no, and we're not saying like tolerate anybody's stuff, right? Like that's not what we're saying, right? We're saying like wherever somebody is, if we can help somebody, we got to help them. I mean, this is the last. I mean, if anybody thinks this is not the last days, then you're in denial, man. Like, even if it's not. Oh, that's awesome, Def Red. Thank you very much for saying that. That's it's very nice of you to say that. And yeah, it's just yeah, just we got to help people where they're at, and it's like I don't know what happened, right? You know, we're rolling along. I mean, it's never like smooth like all the time, right? Because there's always going to be, you know, ebbs and flows because there's going to be new people that, you know, need a lot. There's going to be like, you know, people that are further along leaving and going somewhere else, right? To, you know, probably need a break from this place. And you know, and there's going to be people that just leave over differences, right? And so it's never going to be smooth, but it's going to be like in streaks of like where it's going to be lovely. I mean, it's just I mean, you guys know, if you guys been through one of these stretches where it's like, oh man, everyone's, it's just humming in here, man. Everyone's high-fiving on the way out. It don't even matter what kind of show it is, as long as everyone's pumped up, you know? And just lovely, you know? And as long as we keep everything to the truth, you know? But then, like, I don't know, man. Some kind of spirit is like all over this place, man, because like it's like you know, we've been humming along for, I don't know, 6-7 months or whatever. And I scrutinize things pretty tight. And yeah, we have had a couple of bad moments, you know, with fighting against some bad doctrine, you know. But for the most part, you know, I liked kind of how we were rolling, you know. But yeah, I mean, you're right, Alex. You know, and I don't expect it to be like totally smooth. I mean, it helps not like it helps that I know who I am to God, right? And so that helps, right? Like I don't need any kind of like confirmation or affirmation from anybody, right? Like that, right? But um it does get old, man. Like like, oh, it's like someone saying this, someone saying that, someone saying this, right? And it's like, well, I mean, if you could just write down the worst thing you see me do, or two or three of them, you know, then we can get started on, you know, like what I could work on, you know. And you know, that's not complaining. That's just the way it is. I mean, I love this whole thing the way it is, and I wish that I could help more people. To be honest, you know, not that I don't love the smaller groups are way easier. Like when I'm just sitting here talking to you guys, there's nothing better than that. Just that it's by far the best part of my day right now. And that 2 minutes before the show starts is like the most relaxed that I get all day. You know, it's like sometimes I could just conk out and fall asleep. And you know, once in a while things get contentious, you know, but for the most part, I have like lovely conversations with all of you for many, many hours at a time. And I'd like to talk to some of the guys more, you know, but you know, it's hard to fit people in, especially when there's new people. And I mean that's more than the actual show. Like there's more people that click on later, I think, because there's not that many people come to the live show, and it's probably because it's like a little hectic in here, you know. And maybe there's like a bad vibe. I don't know. Like maybe there's like a negative vibe or something. And so, you know, all you can do is do your best, you know, have somebody up on panel that can like hold the conversation, you know, so that people at least want to like are entertained by that. Because if you like, you know, if someone can't hold a conversation, hold down the show, no, like everyone will leave, you know? And so it's got to be a truthful, entertaining conversation. And so, you know, I'm trying my best, guys. I really am. And it's not smooth all the time. And I think that makes the good ones really good, you know? But yeah, this whole thing, like Luke, like exactly, man, like it's always like battling to prove somebody wrong or catch them in some kind of thing. And I mean, I just like try to like I try to like compare my like what is my spirit doing? Is it am I trying to be like, I mean, am I trying to behave like Jesus as much as I can? You know, is that what my spirit is doing? Is it am I forgiving? Am I patient? Am I you know, I try to be level headed, you know, but you know, and it's just an effort, you know, it's just an effort, right? But I like it when like, because sometimes like I'll come on here and I'll just be talking, and then like 10 minutes in, like the Holy Spirit will take over. Then it's like easy, things just start rolling off, right? And I just start blah blah blah, and don't even remember what I said, and it ends up being good. But I always it doesn't start off right away, and I end up only talking about how I feel, like, oh yeah, I'm tired, or my foot hurts, or you know, something like that. And like I wish I could get rid of that, you know. I wish I could get rid of that. I don't you know, it took me forever to wake up, and like when I wake up I don't think of myself first. And it took me a while to get to that point. But like really just like, you know, there's times where you try to do what you think God wants you to do, and then there's times where like God you just let God guide your steps, you know, and that's really what you're supposed to do. And I know AJ Blunt, he that was one of the most powerful things that someone ever told. I mean, it wasn't much, but it was like he perfectly said it at the right time, and it changed me, you know. And I got to get my language fixed, right, where I'm saying I, but I'm really meaning being led, right? And to me, in my head, it's the same thing, but it sounds different to everyone else, I guess. And so, you know, just working on it. And yeah, so like, I mean, I'd like to have some of you guys on the show more, you know, like maybe have Ann on one day or have Alex on again. I mean, it's like, if that's something you think you can do, the only thing is like, I would be worried about, like, not worried, but like, I don't worry about anything. I mean, if this is over tomorrow, it's over, right? But the Holy Spirit button, I know, just activate, you know, and right, and you know, it's I forget what I was saying now that I'm laughing. What was I saying, guys? Oh yeah, yeah. I'd be thinking about like, because there's some buzzwords that we can't say, you know, and some things that we can't imply, or else it's like, I don't know why some other channels, right? I hear them say like, someone was saying, you know, like, you know, the what weightlifters use, right, to get big, right? Someone was saying, oh yeah, these things are great, these things are great, like over and over and over again, right? And I'm like, how are they able to say that? They were saying the names of the stuff and everything, right? And if I say something like, you know, like if I told somebody to, you know, use this kind of Kleenex or something like that, right? It would be over for me, man. It would be over. I think I was like, the last one was about like psych med. And that's crazy, man. And so I don't know, man. If you know, if this, I have a feeling something is probably going to change with us here, and it's probably going to be a little busier than normal. But I mean, if this thing ended, I have channel 2, and then you know, but if that's where we're at, then I'm just going to say what I want over there until they shut it down. I'm not even going to self-censor once we get over there. But the thing is like I can't do that now, because if I jump on that channel and lose that channel, they had the new terms and agreement or whatever attaches this channel to that channel. And so if I use that channel to get around algorithms, right, then they'll take this one too. And I don't think I could build this again. Like, not with the way the movement is, right? How they like shadow ban us. And people need to hear about Jesus. I mean, I'm stunned every day by just how off the image of God that people have. You know, it's not even really even that accurate. Like, not only do they not believe, but they, you know, what they could choose to believe in isn't even the right thing, you know. And I'm stunned, right? People are just like, yeah, you're right, you are imaginary anticipating many things. Yeah, but you're right, but I kind of have to, though. I mean, Alex, and you're right. I mean, yeah, it doesn't help us to think like that once in a while, you know. And but I'm only anticipating that really because, like, it's weird, man. If you have somebody that's bad, people complain. If you have somebody that's good, people complain more. You know, if you have some, you know, the level of like I mean, it just gets crazy at some point. You know, where's the line? You know. Oh, you sent me an email. Oh, that's great. That's great. I'll check it out. Is there so? Oh, concentration. Yeah. Well, you know what's weird, right? Is when I was in the military, right? I was in the Army during 9/11, so it was like from 99 to 04, or just before 04. And I know, gotta be careful with this wording, right? But you know, it is what it is. I just this the medical stuff is crazy. All right, and so like there was these there was these FEMA courses that you can take that were correspondence courses, and they, you know, were giving away, like, you know, all these promotion points for military education if you take these FEMA courses. And of course every soldier that was, you know, trying to make E5 was taking these courses, right? I mean, I took so many courses, the FEMA courses and all that, and I never thought any of that was real disaster relief or any. I mean, for like floods and stuff like that and fires, like all that, but like all that stuff about maintaining. Oh man, like I didn't think that was real. It's real, man. They got camps, man, all over the place, man. I mean, I can't believe it, man. I can't. There's coffins, like tons of coffins everywhere. And you're like, wow, you know, where can I volunteer for that? You know, I wouldn't even really mind, man. They could come today. I thought about that, like being martyred is like, I'd be proud of that. You know, I would be up for that. Not that I want to die, but like if I died like that, it wouldn't be that bad. I mean, it's not that I even don't not want to die, but we're getting so close that it's like hard to know, right? Like, you know, the same things don't scare me now that scared me when I was a kid or scared me when I was a young man, you know? And I probably should take care of my health a little bit better, but I'm in good enough shape on my own without like doing anything that I get away with, you know, not really eating that great. But like, it is what it is. It is what it is. And so like, I know it, man. I know, like, I think that it's not about like people being smart or I think it really is like a certain amount of awakeness, right? Like there are either scales on people's eyes, right? Like the Bible says, the scales, right? And or there's some kind of spell, or people don't want to know. I mean, that's the only way, right? Like, because there's things that are obvious that you point out, and people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to think about flat Earth. They don't want to think about evolution. They don't want to think about the fake stuff on the news. They don't want to think about fake history. I mean, do you really believe any of history is real? Now I don't believe any of it, to be honest. Not even like you know a semblance of like like the way it was or whatever. Because it's like this, right? Like if I said, okay, Luke, I'm gonna go, you and me and a couple of guys, right? We're gonna go over and discover France. I mean, that's ridiculous to say that, right? I mean, it's already been discovered. There's people over there living there, right? Well, I mean, isn't that what happened with America? Like there's already people here, dude. Like that's if you believe in this Columbus thing, right? There's no Columbus came to America and I mean, that's crazy. Just to, oh yeah, we discovered it. Forget these people here, but we discovered it. And then they didn't do anything. I don't believe that, man. I don't believe it, man. Yeah, God hardens their hearts. But I think there's even Christians, right, that push truth topics aside, right? And they are important, right? Because if you can believe in that, right, it opens doors of other things, right? Then you know that everything is created just for you. Then you know that if there's aliens somewhere, that it's not real. Then you know that these things in the sky are close. They're not far away, or could possibly be alive, or vehicles or whatever for angels. I mean, this place is totally different in our heads now than it was before we knew. Yeah, it's all a lie. I mean, do you think any of our history is real? Like, how far back could you really go? Like maybe 100 years? Like maybe 100 years, and that's if you believe your grandma. There was no internet, right? Like, hey, at least, okay, we can at least count on this, right? There's at least the main countries with internet believe basically the same story. We have that at least, right? And then, of course, there's countries where their leader just tells them whatever, that Kim Jong Un can walk on water and all that. I mean, when I found out that nuclear weapons weren't real, man, like that. I mean, I'm like, oh, that makes sense now. Like, no one's used one for 80 years, and every like evil country, like they can get like close to making one, but they can't quite figure it out. It's not. It's not. Nothing is real, dude. And then you got people making like, oh yeah, we make this hinge that goes on the space shuttle, right? And like, oh yeah, my grandpa, he makes stuff that goes into space, and it's like it's like something to brag about, because like, like if you're just a regular guy on the world that still does that, right? The boasting and all that, right? Like, I mean, it's something, it's your grandpa, like, oh, he does space stuff. But they really just like contract these jobs out to like as many people as possible, to get as many hands on it, to get everyone involved with it, so that the lie continues. And of course, people want to exaggerate their role in it, and yeah, man, and it just really is nuts. And and then meanwhile, we can't even keep it straight in here, man. Even in here, right? Like I mean, I don't know. Like, the thing is, when people fight and then they leave, it's like why do they have to leave me? Like, what about all those hours we spent together? Like, what is people that need a break leave, people that fight leave, and then people that are mad at other people leave, and then like, you know, It's like, what? Like, I get it. People leaving over a disagreement, right? Because, I mean, who wants to hear something you don't believe over and over and over again? I get that. I mean, I think that we have it right, you know. I think we have it right, and I think that we're out of here pretty soon. Because it's hard to fake 2000. I mean, the Revelation 12 sign. Knowledge is increasing every day, in any which kind. If you want to like make it about different things, right? Prince of the power of the air means something right now, right? Airwaves, radio, all that. People going to and fro, traveling. I mean, and there's more than one way to make all these things work, right? And so I think like what Bubba and Jake are like that. I think that's it. That's what I believe, that we're close. Now, of course, you know, I consider like the fact that we could be on the other, in an all millennial situation with the same tricks as before. And that's really like, I'm really being generous with like considering that, to be honest, because then you'd have to say that one resurrection is spiritual and symbolic, and one resurrection is not. And I'm not willing to say that, because they're both the same word. There's the first and second resurrection to me, but I mean, there's people that I respect and I love that believe different. And even that, there's scales, right? Like, because you're like, man, some stuff, it looks simple to me, or it looks like it's all gonna work out, and then there's people that don't see it at all. And I believe them. I don't think they're lying. You think we're out of here around that time frame? I think it's going to be before that. I mean, I'm hoping. Yeah, after the summer, I hope. And I believe in the fig tree prophecy, right? Like the fig tree generation. I believe that, right? And if you want to go 1 or 2 more years, fine, but I just don't see it going further than 1 more year. And that means that we got to tell as many people as possible about Jesus and what he did for us, and the truth about it. I mean, that's the sad part, is that people don't even know the truth about God anymore, man. At least when I was a kid, right? I didn't have a good image of God. I don't know, right? Like, I think I had a choice to pick between what God really was or not, right? I think I had a choice. I'm not sure though. It wasn't pushed at all. And when I learned evolution, no one ever told me it was wrong, or learned about space or whatever. So that I didn't even know there could be another way. I thought that's just the way it's in the book, right? That's the way it is. You just trust people, right? And the things that I thought were not possible, or were the least likely things that could come true, ended up coming true. And so that's why I'm like pretty open-minded to everything. And yeah, you're right on that, Streets of Gold. Well, see, here's the thing, right? Like, I know there's a lot of people that'll stay on one, like stay on one track, right? Which is good if that's the right track, right? And you just stay away from being out in the weeds or whatever. You don't even mess with it if you have the right thing. But in reality, your best bet is to test everything. That's how people got deceived with the Ball Earth and all that. Is that it's like, oh yeah, you can only look at these books right here, and these are the good sources, and don't look at nothing else, right? And and then you end up believing whatever story they give you, right? Now, some of those Gnostic books, when I first like really started reading the Bible for real, some of those Gnostic books were like interesting to me, but it doesn't sound like my father's voice. I mean, that does not sound like the Bible, man. There's something way off about some of those. Some of them are just terrifying, you know. And yeah, that's the whole thing. Don't trust the fake Jesus, you know. And oh, you're going back to bed, Ann. You're like my bouncer in here, you know. And man, I just, who am I, man? I don't know what to do anymore. I'm not tired, or I'm not like burn out or anything, right? I could do this for however long I need to do it. And I'm not going to stop until it's like either this is done or God says I'm done. But there's times where it would be, I don't know, I can't say. I would be okay if it, you know what I mean? I would be okay. Because I start to like care about people, right? And then people could be ruthless, man. People could be ruthless, and you're like, man, I'm a human being, like I mean, shoot, man, I know, I get it. People have these high, like, absolutely, you're right about that, right? Like, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't. There's no way I would stick with this. Streets of Gold. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that I would be burnt out. I would be done with all the people barking at me and and all that, right? I mean, just knowing who I am to God is like that's what drives me. You know, that's the only thing that can keep me going. Now, don't get me wrong, like I'm a caring person anyway, and so I get attached to people. So I do get attached to people, even difficult people. Like there's been people that have been hard to get along with that even though they still don't treat me nice, right? I've been able to be close with, and there's nothing like being that person that somebody difficult will talk to, like it's almost like I don't know, not, you don't really feel special, but you feel like okay, to this person I mean something, and it's hard to get to that level where people like you have to do a lot of like of the right things in a row, and without God that's impossible. Like, I mean, just it's impossible. And it's weird though, like I always feel bad about like when I fall asleep and I'm late or something. I always feel bad, even though it's never more than an hour or something, it's around that, but still I don't minimize it. It's horrible, right? I hate it. But every time it always ends up being where like more people could make it to the show, or like certain people that normally don't make it are able to go, and it makes me feel happy because I get to see certain people, that I only get to see once in a while. And lately we've been getting like, I don't know, over 100 clicks, and it's like I'd like to see those people in here, you know. And so, I mean, I just, look, I know sometimes, man, like I need to do better no matter what. Just no matter, even if I had a great show, I needed to be better. I get it. And, thanks for hanging in there with me. But like, it could be, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Sometimes it's like you got to be so patient, so patient, and just understand that like you're loving that like another person for God, like you don't do it to get something back, you do it because that's what we're made to do. So Anyway, guys, thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it. I wish I could hold an audience past 45 minutes, or else I would just keep going. I would just keep going today. Oh, man. All right, well, praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All the glory goes to God because he deserves it. And pray for the children, please, and pray for anyone being victimized out there, and pray for each other. It's important. If you guys could pray for my youngest son. He's going through a little something, and I will see you guys, Lord willing, at let's say, what time do you guys want to meet? 4 or 5? I'll let you guys pick. It's up to you. I'll let somebody pick. Yeah, it's hard because there's like a delay, right? And so I don't know how long until it is that you hear it. Okay, so no one's gonna say anything. I will do. Is it too late for you? Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. All right. Well, let's do 4. So that's 7 East Coast, right? 7 Luke's time, 4 my time. Does that sound right? All right. That's what we'll do. Lord willing, I'll see you guys at 4 p.m. California time. God bless you.